The player base of Axie Infinity has been growing exponentially, especially in the past few months now. With the exponential growth and the opportunity to earn lots of money, a lot of people are becoming curious of the game. But with every good opportunity, there's also a lot of doubt. Some people are saying that this game is a scam. There are also people who have been calling it a Ponzi scheme or even a pyramid scheme. Is Axie Infinity really a scam? Or is it a Ponzi scheme or even a pyramid scheme? What does the future hold for Axie Infinity? Hello and welcome to Daily Crypto Facts. Before we move on to the video, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so we can keep posting new and more interesting videos for you. Also, hit the bell icon so you never miss a video from us. Without any further ado, let's get to the video. Let's start by going through the process of how to make money in Axie Infinity. By playing the game and doing quests, you can earn a minimum of 150 SLP per day, and this LP can be withdrawn from the account every 2 weeks. SLP is a cryptocurrency that can be sold to players directly, or can be moved to a cryptocurrency trading platforms like Binance or Uniswap, and can be sold to other people through the platform. You can set a limit price or sell at market price, and similar to stocks, the price can go up and down depending on the reaction of the market. So, why do people need SLP? This LP is actually used for breeding, and by doing so, burns the currency, meaning it is taken out of the market circulation. This bone mechanic is to prevent oversupply of the currency, which helps preserve the value and price of SLP who stops now that we have established the demand and supply for SLP. Let's take a look at the 3 kinds of players of Axie Infinity. The first is the scholar. This is the player who has invested zero money in the game and is basically making money for free. The second is the average player, the person who bought their own Axie team and is playing one account. The third is the manager, person who has purchased and bred multiple teams and has hired scholars to share profits with them. Now, let's address some of the fear, uncertainty, and doubt surrounding Axie Infinity by addressing the risk for each kind of player. For scholars, they invest nothing but time into the game to make money, and they have to share what they have earned with the managers according to their agreement. So the main risk for being a scholar is the same risk as being an employee at a company. But there are no labor laws to protect you here. This means that you also run a higher risk of getting exploited. A bad or a scummy manager could decide not to pay you after 2 weeks of earning SLP for him, and he could give you an unfair profit sharing for SLP. You can ask for certain payments or fees when you're applying for scholarships, but he could ask you for inappropriate favors to keep your scholarship. So basically, it's nothing different from getting a job at a scummy company with a bad employer. In France, a question here is, what if one loses all of what they've invested in Axie Infinity? The price of Axie Infinity is high, but at least if you ever want to stop playing, you can resell your Axie to the market. The good thing is that the secondhand Axie doesn't make it any less desirable or valuable. You're likely to sell it back at the same price you purchased it at, and based on various experiences, a 2-month return on investment is really good. It's still in the alpha stage and more players are still joining. For the managers or big investors, of course, the risk is high as you are spending thousands of dollars into the game. Naturally, there are a lot of concerns and factors to take into account as a manager. Some people are saying that the game is a Ponzi scheme or a pyramid scheme, so let us look into their argument. They say that a manager will buy Axies and get scholars, and this in turn means scholars will eventually buy their own Axies and become a manager as well. Hence, this downward trend will result in a pyramid, and once people stop playing the game, or once the player base slows down, the SLP will lose its value, and therefore, you'll get scanned full stops. But that's not totally accurate, as the reason why a pyramid or Ponzi scheme is a scam is because you're promised high returns on your investment without the money actually being invested or used properly. They focus on recruiting more and more people just to be able to raise funds to pay you the high returns on your investment. They need to keep getting more people to keep the scheme going. So once you go down in the pyramid eventually, the scheme underlined harvest because the people at the bottom can't take their money out anymore. So now let's see why Axie Infinity is not the same thing. Since you're putting your money in digital assets that you can sell at any time, there is a thriving economy in marketplace, which means that each asset has a perceived value, and there is a rarity factor to owning an Axie. As they're mostly unique, meaning if you breed an Axie, there is a luck or chance factor attached to it, and it's not certain that you will get the exact Axie that you want, because this game has aspirations to become a competitively played esport. They always have to do balance changes or introduce new abilities and skill into the game, which means people are going to have to keep making new axes to become competitive. More game modes are also still to come, which means players might need more kinds of axes to participate in these new game modes. Even if the player base does start to plateau, the axes you own will still have the value attached to it because existing players will always need more and new axes. Another compelling case for axes retaining their value is that of the Axie token access. Tokens are another component that you need in order to breed or create new axes. The thing with Axie tokens are that they're in a limited circulation, unlike SLP, that can be generated by playing at the moment. Axie cannot be earned by playing the game. The only way to get them currently is through community events or by placing top 300 in the PvP season, which lasts about a month. So due to the limited nature of axes, they will always retain some value due to the limited amount you can breed. Another common criticism is that cryptocurrencies are a scam. However, in some countries like El Salvador, they have already adapted Bitcoin as a legal tender, although some countries are still skeptical or have outright banned cryptocurrencies. To conclude, most people saying that Axie Infinity is a scam are probably either uninformed or uncertain about the game's future, and that's okay because people are usually skeptical about something they don't understand. However, we suggest having all the facts before you falsely accuse something of being a scam. The game is still growing and still in the alpha phase, which means so many more features will be released and more players are still to come. What are your views on this? What do you think about Axie Infinity? Do you also feel that this game is a scam? Let's discuss about this in the comments below. If you want to continue to know about cryptocurrencies, we've got 2 more videos waiting for you on the end screen to check out. Make sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Before heading forward, kindly note that prices of cryptocurrencies frequently change. So by the time you watch this video, it might have changed to a whole new value. The information provided in this video does not constitute investment advice from a financial advice, trading advice, or any other sort of advice, and it should not read any of the content as such. The content in this video is for educational purposes only, and hence should not be considered as financial advice. Do conduct your own due diligence and consult your financial advisor before making any investment decisions.